Hello, so we're going to go over in this video a special right triangle called the 45, 45, 90 degree right triangle. So what we have here, this picture of, is what is referred to as an isosceles right triangle. Right? An isosceles triangle is where where a triangle has two sides that are equal, right? And the third one is not equal, of some other length. Right? Different from an equilateral where all three sides are equal. Okay, so if we look at this here, right now, the hypotenuse of our right triangle here, I have some fixed value s. Now I want to relate the legs of this right triangle in terms of s. Okay, now if this is 90, our right angle here, and these sides are the same, that means that these two angles must also be of equal length, right? Of equal measure. Right? Properties of from geometry, right? Where opposite sides that are the same length have to have the same angle measure here. Now another thing I know is that the sum of all the angles has to be 180. So if 180 degrees is the total angle measure, excuse me, in a triangle, 90 degrees is this right angle, so that leaves me 90 degrees left. Take half of that, and we get 45 degrees. Right, so each of these is 45 degrees. Right, hence, right, the term 45, 45, 90 triangle. All right, now what about the legs here, right? Now, they're of equal length, so I'll just label them as x. They're unknown, right? Our hypotenuse is s. It's a fixed value. So now let me write the legs in terms of s. Now the way I do that, I relate all of these, again, using the Pythagorean theorem. Right, so using the Pythagorean theorem, we have the hypotenuse squared is equal to the squares of the legs, the sum of the squares of the legs. So we have this, s squared equals to x squared plus x squared. Have common terms, 1x squared plus another x squared is 2x squared. All right, and then I'll solve for x by dividing by 2. Take the square root. And again, taking the square root of a square, we always use plus minus, but in this context here, we're talking about a length, so it'll be the plus. All right, and squaring each one of these individually, s root of s squared is s, root of 2 is 2. All right, now usually when we have a root in the denominator, most commonly in most textbooks, not written like this, we rationalize the denominator. So what that involves is multiplication by 1. In this case, 1 takes the term root 2 over 2, takes the form of this term, root 2 over 2. Right, because root 2 times root 2 becomes simply 2. So we get root 2 over 2s is equal to x. Okay, so now we have, going back to our triangle up here, we have this. So now we've related the sides of the triangle in terms of the hypotenuse, some fixed value s. Now in terms of our unit circle, right, the hypotenuse is going to be a radius of that unit circle. And again, the unit circle is a circle of radius 1. So in our context, we're going to let s equal to 1. Okay, so our 45, 45, 90 triangle would take this form. Would look like this. Okay, thank you.